Guys, I'm finally back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you my Monday reset, showing you what it's like, how I start my week off, and how I get back into my good routine, and how I do all this keeping up with my kids. So let's go start this routine, guys. Okay guys, so this is what I'm starting off with. Just kind of messy, kind of a disaster. And of course a little extra mess that my kids just made this morning. But anyways, I'm gonna get started with my routine here and do a little explaining as to why I find this necessary. So my whole Monday reset, I do kind of like people do their Sunday resets, right? But I just do it on Monday instead. And it's just to get the house back in order so you have like a fresh base to start off with. Doing this just honestly makes the week a lot easier for me, keeping up with the house clean wise and everything. So what I do on Mondays is I do my laundry. I always start this first, and then I'll move on to cleaning my bathroom because that always needs a good deep clean after ignoring it all weekend. And after that I move on to my kitchen and I just clean the rooms in sections. This way it's easier that my kids always have an area they can play in while I clean a different area. So they're never really fully in the way, which makes it much easier. And I prefer to do this while they're awake so they can help out. And also that when they're napping, I have like downtime for myself, because if I didn't do that, how would I be doing this voiceover right now in complete silence, guys? I don't know. I just prefer my naps to be for me time and not cleaning. So cleaning always gets done when my kids are awake. If that's not for you, that's totally fine. Do it when they're sleeping. Whatever. Just find what routine works for you, right? That's what I'm all about. As long as you have a good routine, you're solid. I usually keep my kitchen for last because I dread doing the dishes. But this time, I decided to move on to that the next step since the kids are playing in the living room. Well, not both of them at this very moment. So you will see my kids around in the videos, which I wish I knew how to blur them out. But anyways, we're just gonna get right down to cleaning and not really making sure it's spotless, but that it's clean and tidy. Because let's be honest, it's never gonna be fully spotless. So like, don't be hard on yourself and don't beat yourself up about it. You'll also notice that in this routine, I do not clean our bedrooms. I do pick up and put away the toys in my kids' room, but that's about as far as it gets. And beds get made every morning. But I do not wash and wipe down those rooms because I save that for Tuesday because it's not a big deal, but as the rest of the house. So, you want to break things up throughout the week in bits and pieces so that it's not super overwhelming. Because you want to do more in your day than just clean, right? Because this whole cleaning took me about an hour with interruptions from my kids, including this little meltdown. So I have a whole weekly routine. I also have a daily routine. So my daily routine is cleaning up in the morning because my night, I don't really get to do a closing shift as much as I'd love to. It's never fully clean before I go to bed. So I clean up in the morning after breakfast. I do a midday reset that takes me about maybe 10-15 minutes when the kids are sleeping, just tidying up toys, cleaning up lunch dishes, things like that. And then I'll clean up after dinner, which is just cleaning up the dishes and stuff. So yeah, that's basically the routine for the day. And then I also have a full weekly routine that I could go over with you guys. Where I just, each day, there's different chores, and I do laundry 2 days a week, on those days, no matter what, because that's how I stay on top of my laundry. I find that a lot of people say they struggle with keeping up on top of their laundry, and I feel like it's just because it's not something any of us enjoy doing. I mean, if you do enjoy it, that's awesome, that's great for you, love that. I don't mind it. The worst part is folding and putting away clothes, so if you're with me on that, put a hand up emoji in the comments. But I do know the more I keep up with it, the easier it is, and it doesn't feel so dreadful. And that goes with like every single chore you do. The dishes get done like 3 times a day in my house, if not more if it needs to be. just because the more I keep on top of it, the easier it is, the less time it takes for me to do those things, which is why doing my whole Monday reset only took me an hour. So in between all my cleaning, I'm switching back and forth between checking out my laundry and doing my cleaning. That way I'm just staying on top of everything. I find this routine to be super important for me because otherwise I fall behind and it just feels overwhelming. And I'm sure we all have that feeling sometimes where we just don't want to do anything, but it just feels so much better after it's all done. And you may be thinking it's really hard to do this with your kids awake, your kids at home, and yeah, it is a little more difficult. I would say I could get it done faster if they weren't interrupting me, but you know, kids are meant to slow you down a little bit, just how it is, and honestly, I need the little breaks in between, otherwise I would just overwork myself anyways. But like I said in the beginning, do it in sections, that way there's always an area for your kids to play in. That the floors are not wet or that you're not currently cleaning. Right now they're in their room. They were in their room playing most of the time and I kept their room for last. That way they had the living room to play in when I got to their room. That kind of thing. Also split it up into days makes it easier so that you have lots of time to play with your kids too. We also went to the park before I started cleaning just so that they could get out some energy, you know, be active before they had to come inside and help tidy up. And they didn't really help that much. If I'm being honest, I tried to get them to put their toys away, but it doesn't always work. I also like to save deeper cleans, like shampooing my couch and just like random things that need a good deep clean for like Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Just like days I don't need to do a full reset, and I can deep clean something, which this couch will be getting done on Tuesday. Trust me, it needs it. Although I do try to keep food and drinks out of the living room, it doesn't always work, and sometimes their non-spill cups still spill, so we still gotta deep clean things anyways, even if those spills didn't happen, right? I hope this video is giving you guys your motivation to get up and do your deep clean for the day or for the week. I don't know, whatever your routine is, because you'll just feel so much better after. And here's my after results. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and may the Lord bless you in whatever you're doing. I'm glad you guys could watch, and if you watched to the end, thank you so much. That means so much to me. And if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe and comment what kind of routine you guys do in my next video. Bye.